Hello and welcome back to Leaf's Odyssey. We have 2 green and 2 red keys. Now, I did say blocks or statues next, and I still do fully intend to do those. But we do have the option of doing this. And this is actually some speculation that I don't know if I actually listed in my previous video. But the tower requires 2 infernal keys and 2 star keys. And so it might be the case that I just happen to do the 2 infernals and these 2 are both going to be stars. Or maybe there's 4 infernals and the star keys come from somewhere else, like down here. But yeah, just to demonstrate that. Star door. So I could go in there. But I think instead, I guess it would be Mountain Pass if I wanted to do blocks. And I do think the statues were probably my favorite out of the 4, so I'm going to save that for last. That's just how I do things. So we'll do blocks next. Blocks are deceptively difficult. They're an incredibly simple element, but you can do some absolutely ridiculous things with it. So let's see what route this game decides to take things. Like already, for example. Yeah, we have elevation, which is an interesting mechanic that this game has, where we have different things stacked on top of each other and the height actually matters. Like we've seen this before with Leaf being on top of a door and being safe from an angry eye, for example. Anyway, so what's going on here? Very clearly I have 4... Wait, is this a trapdoor? On water. Yeah, okay, so that just demonstrates that. Ah. Okay, so learning about mechanics. You can step from door to door. I did not know that. You can also step from block to block. Anyway, I got distracted mid-thought. There are 4 gaps here, so I could put 4 blocks in here, but then this trapdoor is a problem, because I don't think I can push 2 blocks together. I need that special block for that. Alright, so what's actually going on here? Well, let's start with the dumb tests. Can I step on top of walls? No. Cliff, rather. Alright, so the problem here is that I can only actually push 1 in here. Which leaves me 1 short. Now, I guess another thing to test. Okay, there we go. I can push 2 blocks at once. Okay. So if I do this, that does get me the extra distance. But with 2 of these, I don't actually have any special abilities from this. If I do that, still the same issue. Because the problem is that I can't push this without dropping that. So I think the block stacking is part of the puzzle here. But how do I make use of this? Also, this is the first time we've had one of these post, is it Terra? Green keys? Yeah. Post Terra door puzzle where it didn't have elements from the other parts. Like, this is just blocks. We don't have any slugs, eyes, or statues here. Alright, well... Because the other thing is, if I have something like this, yeah, I can push a block off. So in theory, that's how I could push a block off of here without dropping this. But I don't think I have enough space. So, like, really, the problem here is I need all of the blocks through here. Like, if I could stack... Okay, well, I mean, let's just take this same idea to its next level. Okay. Wrong way. This one goes here. This one goes here. Alright, so... there we go. It gets a little bit hard to see things, but apparently we could just stack infinitely here. And we don't even get a notification here. Alright, well that was pretty cool. So, new mechanic discovered. And again, just old elements, there's nothing new here. Alright, so... at a glance... I think this is probably showing... yeah, so this is a way to get on top of this. If I step here, you're gonna blow... well, actually I could just step off, but I think I might actually be protected from the explosion because I'm on a higher elevation. But regardless, let's just get you out of the way. Because the issue here is that I need a block to be pushed diagonally. So good to remind us of that mechanic. Whoa. I guess that's never come up before, so it doesn't see us. If you're from high ground, you can attack down by bumping an enemy. And you don't step onto their space? I think that's consistent, right? When we're fighting winged snakes, we bump them to kill them, but we don't actually step into where they are. Okay. Yeah, so the other sections it felt like they were giving us puzzles with combinations of elements right away. But with the blocks, it feels like we're getting sort of like tutorialized new mechanics. Yeah, I mean, I did have a feeling that, you know, blocks would be complicated. They are even more complicated than I initially thought, because this is secretly the elevation level. Alright, we have a bunch of bomb bugs. Yeah, again, only blocks and old elements. Okay, so pretty sure this is showing us this is just showing us that we don't want these bomb bugs to move, and we want, well, we want the block. Interesting. Okay, well, there's a couple of things I want to test. Two thoughts that immediately come to mind, so I'm just going to test them both if I can. Step 1. Can a block slide diagonally on ice? This was a question I had earlier. Answer is yes. And then it does not convert to orthogonal movement, it just bumps and stops. Excellent. So, behavior as expected. I just wanted to confirm that it would work. Second behavior then I want to test is, if I get this thing going somewhere, which I guess would be... Okay, I might not be able to test the other thing I want to test, which is, can I have leaf on a block while it's sliding, so that I just wait and I get propelled along the ice? But I don't think that I have enough resources here to set that up. And regardless, I don't think that's the solution, because I'm pretty sure I need a diagonal push from a bomb bug here. Theoretically, you guys don't slide on ice, right? Yeah, once you're done, you're done. Okay. Yeah, ice only seems to apply to the blocks, not to any living entities or self-propelling entities. So, if I need... There's a couple of issues here. So I can... Yeah, I can get on top of it. Get on top of it. Okay, you know what? I think I can test the self-propelling thing, actually. Yeah, you don't see me. Okay. But I lack the ability to take advantage of this. Now, I can stop you at any point. Problem here. Oh. I'm just making a problem that doesn't exist. Okay. There we go. I don't need to push the block diagonally, I just needed to get past the bomb bugs. These were not trapdoors. And even if they were, I'm not sure why I would have needed this block. I don't know. I made a bad assumption, but I fortunately didn't get hung up on it for too long. So literally just skate on the block. So again, just showing off a mechanic. And we got diagonal sliding blocks thrown in for free. Alright, well, we have statue rubble. So I guess that's a new mechanic. Does statue rubble count as level 1? Like being a level higher? Or do we just blow it up with a bomb bug? Like there's two ways here. I could see this being solved. Blowing this up with the bomb bug, we just push this in. Also, it blocks line of sight, which we can see. We can't see clearly. Okay, well. There we go. Confirmed. Blocks line of sight. So this is not enough space, and the fence stops us from coming in this way. So I don't think we're getting a bomb bug in either of these two tiles. So what are we actually doing then? We can toggle these as much as we want, which means from here we can get height. This level is called Carriage, by the way. But we are on snow, not on ice. So I think with the way that this is set up, okay. You go down one further. There we go. I can get, using these, I can get myself on using any of these three as my platform to start. Which doesn't really do anything for me. Okay, I guess I can go down here. Okay, confirmed we cannot blow up wooden fences. Now we can chain an explosion. I can get myself on this. But so my current thought is I step on the block. I can then bump a bomb bug in order to propel myself in the opposite direction. But I think that only gets me a single tile of movement. Plus, it's only going to be orthogonal movement because I'm bumping a bomb bug. I guess another thing to check is what happens if we get multiple explosions simultaneously. I'm guessing it's probably turn order. So the first one's going to knock it off, and then the second one is going to just not do anything in this case. Still in feature test mode. Yeah, you do not see me on top of the block. Okay, is it possible to get a bug on top of the block? I think that is possible. So we're the one pulling the carriage, not the bomb bugs. Okay, so yeah, you jump off. But yeah, you don't see me, and now I can just push you. Interesting. And yeah, you see above this. Okay, so that's interesting, but we still have an issue. Where I don't think we can blow you up. Yeah. You're safe from the explosion because you're on high ground. Also, that's a terrible spot. Well, that's not the undo button. Here we go. So then the other thing is, what if we put you here? And then we use this to do something we confirmed possible earlier, which is to give ourselves a little bit of height. There we go. And that's how we get the bomb bug into position. So again, still the elevation level. Interesting. So these are the multi-push blocks. Oh, they have letters instead of numbers for some reason. Okay. So what we need... We need to get an explosion out. Also, how do we ever deal with you? Because you're on a different height, so I'm assuming these blocks, they don't look as tall as the square blocks, but I'm assuming that they have the same height mechanic. Yeah, block barrier. I mean, we can test that real quick. So instead of assuming, let's just do some tests. Yeah, okay. So you are protected. You being protected means that eventually we do need to get rid of you. And realistically, the only way I think we're doing that then probably is dumping this block specifically in the water, which will then blow up this. Okay, so really this is just a shuffle. This is just a puzzle about... Well, okay, I don't want to do what I'm about to... Well, I have some ability to get around it still. Yeah, I think this is fairly forgiving. More testing. Okay, as expected. So this block cannot be pushed via explosion either. You can do that. Okay, and then this isn't an issue because I can just push it. Okay, that's what I was missing. Forbidden Cave. Don't know why I was looking at this. Although I do notice, it's like, yeah, obviously you just get rid of everything. This does have height. It's the same height as these. However, it also looks like it has teeth on the top, so maybe this will kill you if you step on it. That would be an interesting mechanic. Like to prevent you from wall walking on top of this, but maybe I could push a block on top of it. I don't know. That's something to consider. Alright, so Forbidden Cave. I need diagonal access, so I need to be on top of a block that gets pushed diagonally so that I can make it through this gap. And then I get out. Okay, and I think the tools that I have are pretty straightforward for that. I will put a block here. I will put... Yeah, that's fine. So I can get up here when I want. This is going to be a little bit tight. Okay. There we go. So the height just worked out. Push, and in we go. And then we have enough room to get you off still. Okay. This one was actually pretty easy, I think, just because it's such a small space, there's not really a whole lot you can do. I mean, I guess that could be said. Like, this is the linchpin of the puzzle, is moving yourself diagonally. And as soon as you see that, I think it's pretty obvious how the rest of it plays out. You know, a room being easy isn't a bad thing, though, just to clarify. And, you know, maybe somebody just doesn't see that. Still probably important to have a room about that interaction. And I guess the bomb bug monster block thing, like, I'm already kind of used to it, but it's not, I guess, immediately obvious how that would play out, so there are a few things going on here. Highbridge. I just had a random thought. I think the blocks was the first section that was made before these other three, and that includes the advanced block section, which is why we don't have these other elements appearing in here. No, maybe the author can comment on that if he wants to. It's kind of a funny thought I just had. Alright, so what's going on here? We can drop, it looks like, water under all these. That is a door. Interesting. Okay, we have a bunch of stuff going on here. This is a little bit complicated. Okay, so this lets me get height. This is another way I can get height. I only get to do this one once, though. Then here, this block, well, okay, confirm that we can't walk on trees, but we can walk on pillars. So I think we want to stack I'm not entirely sure how to kill you or what. Oh, toggle. Okay, you come to us. Well, we'll do this thing again. And just build a block of 3. I don't know what the monster block is for, I'm just doing things. So this lets me do that. Obviously with the monster block, I could also put something here. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. Can do that. Which... okay, that gets rid of you. Okay, so I just do the same thing, but I have the monster block as as arbitrarily any one of these 3. This room confuses me. Well, let's see if we can just stack these in any order. I'm assuming we can. I need to do in reverse, so I actually wanted... I want you in the middle. For no particular reason, just for testing. Yeah. Because the stack that we push on top... there we go. So this should just work, right? Ah. Okay. Well, that answers a previous question that I had about stepping on monster gates. So this thing is actually deadly to step on. Interesting. Well, I think that just means that we put it last, right? Because we can kill the bomb bug. Just by blowing it up. So if we want this last, then that means that the monster block has to go on top. And so really what we're doing here is I thought the tricky part was going to be killing you, but it turns out the tricky part is actually killing this monster block. There we go. Alright, that's a fun interaction. Monster block will indiscriminately attack other monsters. Which means that we might be getting our first journal update. Also, the bomb bug didn't explode, I think. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was about 50-50 going into this section as to whether the block section was going to be really good or really bad. Just because of the nature of block pushing puzzles. I'm on the side of very good. This has been incredible. Alright, and I guess by virtue of our map not having rooms here, this is probably the key. So we have one final room here, cargo. Right, so the problem is we can't get to you. Only one block. Okay, so this is pretty simple. Probably, I say simple, as in not very many moving parts. So probably putting a bomb bug on a block, similar to Carriage. I'm not sure how I feel about these room titles, because in a way they're kind of spoilery. But, oh yeah, also. Bomb bug dies when falling in water without exploding, and dies on top of monster block without exploding. I guess I did see both of those. Okay. Kills leaf on top of it, kills bomb bugs on top of it. I really want to test the standing on top of monster gate now. Although... Okay, yeah, I guess they close. They close when they're down. Anyway, I'm being distracted. What's going on here? Same kind of setup? Yep. Same kind of setup. So... what was I going to say? Getting the bomb bug on top of this doesn't actually do anything for me because I can't push it down this way. Well, that's the only spot. Like, I'm pretty sure it has to be one of these three tiles. Probably this one. Because everything else is 2 tiles away, so there's no way to interact with the bomb bug there. Like, I can get you out, but I don't think I can get the... Oh, we're going to do something very silly here, aren't we? This is going to be the reverse of everything I've been doing. We're going to put a bomb... We're going to put a block on top of a bomb bug. Yes. Let's go. Incredible. This is so silly. So now what happens if you blow up? You just... the block falls. Alright. I mean, again, I said there's not a lot of moving parts here, so there's only so many things you can try. But, you know, the most disappointing thing about all of this is that it's already over. I really hope that once we get to future parts of this this game, we get some more complicated puzzles using these mechanics, because this felt very much like a tutorial gauntlet. Alright, so place your odds on Infernal Key versus Star Key. I'm guessing Star, but we'll see. Oh. So we didn't see a path there. Well, that was unexpected. So my understanding was incorrect. You only see a room boundary, an unexplored room, if you have a passage to that room from your location. A passage in any way, because that includes these rooms here via water that we saw earlier. Okay, well, we're not quite done yet. Okay. This is going to be an elaboration on a theme. I guess we're putting this on a winged snake this time. Alright, well that was easy enough to set up. So now the question is... well, how do we get it here? Easy enough. Man, I think this game has done interesting things with blocks that I have not seen in any other puzzle game. Pretty crazy that block pushing puzzles still have all of this potential untapped design space. Obviously the last, I say obviously, the last good block pushing game I played was Baba Is You, which of course is very different from this. So yeah, you know, good old Sokoban still has elaboration that is possible, and you can actually just make a good game all about block pushing. I mean, obviously this game has a bunch of other stuff going on too, but even just the block pushing side of things, there's still a lot of stuff that can be done. Alright, possible last room? Well, if we're going to elaborate on the theme again, I immediately thought stack monster on monster, and I think the title is giving that away. And then this is probably the last one unless we're expanding the boundary of our map. So what's actually going on here? I only have... okay, well I've got two setups. Appreciate that. I can just get past you without releasing you until I'm ready. So we've got the same thing here. So what's actually going on here? We want a bomb bug here. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Well, no, okay, it just means that we fly it in this way. Which I'm comfortable enough with winged snake movement that I think I can pull that off. So we want... that's a little bit far. Now we do have another block here as well. Probably just for reorienting. I don't immediately see a reason why I need it, so probably just to make the monster manipulation easier. I guess it does let me do this from a distance. Which... okay, so if I want bug on snake, how do I set that up? Well, let's get some elevation. There we go. So now... yeah, I can get you off. Not quite. Yeah, if I get the snake where Leaf is, while Leaf is over here. I mean, I can get some distance. But the problem is... Well, maybe that was the wrong spot for you. You always approach Leaf, so I think that putting you on this doesn't do anything. And ultimately, we want the bomb bug on top. So yeah, I don't think putting the winged snake on the bottom of anything helps. Having said that, okay, let's not reorient you in case I need that for later. Having said that, let's see if I can... Okay, that was too sloppily done. Yeah, I'm just not able to... Okay, well, if I had... the block in a different spot... Come on. Do the thing I want you to do. There we go. Still too close. The issue there is that that pops up at the end of the turn. This is really hard to get the distance that I want here. Well... I think I'm gonna have to do this later. So we'll cut it in when I get to it. I will see you then. Alright, things seem to have settled down there. It was the last day of school a couple of days ago, so there's now a 7-year-old in the house pretty much all the time. So yeah, I just kind of have to guess when there's a quiet moment, because it's not reasonable to expect everybody to be quiet when I'm doing this. I wouldn't want to ask them to do that anyway, so lots of interruptions. Anyway, back to this. Really, I think that I was on the right approach here. I mean, obviously, there's not that much I can do. It's the final solution looks like winged snake flies down here. So we come down here, preferably with one tile lead. So we get here when the winged snake is here. We step, it steps, we hit it, and then that drops the... Hold on. No, that actually doesn't work. Dropping the bomb bug into the water will not cause an explosion. Killing a winged snake over water does not cause a stepping stone. Okay, it's actually harder than I thought then. So we actually, what we need is... Harder? No, it might be easier than I thought. Okay. I think actually that realization, I think, might have just solved it. We need the block on top of the snake in order to create a stepping stone, and then the bug on top of the block. So instead of trying to get the bug on top of the snake, let's get the bug on top of the block. Yeah, okay, and that's going to be a lot easier. Yeah. Yes. Well, we still have this problem. Because... Well... Okay. Let's get rid of that problem. Okay, we can get distance if we need it. I needed one more distance than that. There we go. That gets me the distance I need. Alright, so yeah, I am curious about putting one monster right on top of another. I'm not sure if that's possible. I assume it is. And I was wrong. Infernal key. Okay. So that just leaves the statue volcano for last. Which is going to be, I guess, on a different level of elevation. I will see you then.